Phantom Brigade. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Phantom Brigade is a hybrid turn-based and real-time tactical RPG with an innovative timeline-based command system. See the future, predict enemy actions and plot your counter-attack on the timeline. Outnumbered and outgunned, lead the Brigade's campaign to retake their war-torn homeland. Yes guys, this is Phantom Brigade. It is a full release now. It's been in early access for a couple of years and it's now released. It's fully completed. The way it works is this. You have a big campaign map which is all red at the beginning, and you have to liberate each province on the map by taking your mobile base. It's a mobile base that you've got around the map, deploying your mechs out of it when you come across hostile encounters, across there's random enemy patrols knocking about, or whether you're coming across a city that needs liberating. Once combat is inevitable, you will get to choose which mechs and pilots you take out to face whatever enemies they are. You have limited intel on what you're going to be facing, so you're taking a bit of a guess. I'll go over the mech building in a second, but when you get into combat, you'll see a timeline at the bottom of your screen, and that can be scrolled to the right and left to show what's going to happen in the next 5 seconds, which is great. And what you do, you issue commands to your mechs. You might want them to wait a little bit, or you might want them to run or do a big leap, or just open fire with primary or secondary weapons. It just depends on the situation. Sometimes you've got to watch out for friendly fire if you're crossing each other's lines of sight. So you have all the tools at your disposal to stop any of that kind of stuff from happening. And also collisions are very important. If these mechs collide, there'll be untold damage unless you're holding a shield up. So you decide which mech you're going to use first, throw down a command, and then just start scrubbing the timeline to see what's going to happen. And you can get your mechs into optimal positions for firing. You can fire missiles. You've got these huge freaking Gatling guns. You've got shotguns. You've got melee weapons, which are brutal. Overpowered, I think, in this, the melee. So are the missiles. And all hell breaks loose on the battlefield. Now, at the end of your turn, you click execute and you get to watch a real-time video of it all actually playing out, so you can see what actually happens. You can slow it down, you can replay it as many times as you want, and it is so damn cool and looks fantastic. You then start turn 2 with what's left of the enemy, what's left of you, and you do the same thing again. You just try to finish off the enemy or capture resources. It depends on the mission. There's not really a lot of different missions. They're all pretty much the same. And then again, at the end of that turn, you press execute, and then you can replay it after you've watched it a couple of times and see what went wrong, get a close-up on some of the situations to kind of, you might need to change your tactics. It's really, really good fun. Very good fun, in fact. And then when it's all over, you win the battle. But you can't actually see the battle again. You don't get a video. I can't understand it. I literally can't understand it. They've gone to all of this trouble to make this look so cool with all the big explosions, the slow motions and the replays, that at the end, when you've actually won that encounter, you can't watch the whole battle from beginning to end. What the? I mean, what? Are you serious, developer? It's unbelievable, guys, that you go through all of that and you can't just watch the whole battle take place. It's you should be, not only should you be able to do that, you should be able to export it as a video, you know, because it's so good to watch. Anyway, at the end of the battle, you will salvage whatever components was left on the battlefield. That's why it's important not to destroy the enemy mechs. You can click on them at various points in the battle and see what they're thinking, what they're going to do. And if there's an eject command on their timeline, then leave them. Let them eject. You know, if they're concussed, just leave them. Don't keep hurting them. But I do. I can't help myself. I just want to destroy I just like explosions, and I just go crazy and I overkill everything because I'm a prick. Anyway, you salvage mechs and weapons and all of that. And when you come out of the battlefield, you then head to your workshop. You then head to your perk system. You use scrap to buy perks, essentially. Now, the perks are not just, you know, lame-ass perks. These open new doors to construction as well, which are very, very important. Now, the construction itself, to build a new mech, you need a new frame. You also need a space in your an extra unit space in your mech base. And then you decide if you're going to go light, medium, or heavy. They each have different attributes. Like lights, for example, are really good at dissipating heat. Heat is something that builds up. You can't just keep unlimitedly firing your weapon because you'll just explode with the heat buildup. So you've got to be careful how often you use your weapons. It tells you on the timeline whether you're going to overheat or not. And you want to really make sure that each mech complements each other on the battlefield. You'll need a big gun, you'll need snipers, you're going to need close range shotguns, you're going to need people with shields who are getting really up close and personal, like your melees and your shotties. You've got assault rifles, you've got all kinds of weapons that you can deploy in this game. And that's what makes the game so damn good. When you're playing with all your mechs on the battlefield, you just feel unstoppable. You kind of are, to be honest. It's a bit nuts. And there's components that you can add to give your mechs different buffs on the battlefield, like extra cooling and a bit more defense and stuff like that. So they've thought of everything. It's quite a deep little game, this. It was on special for £19. It's back up to 25 now. But I think it's definitely worth grabbing. It's a fun game, and it'll last a long time. It just gets a bit repetitive after a while, and there's still a bit of balancing needed going on. And they need to really give you the option to watch the entire battle at the end. That should be absolute #1 thing that they do. I still can't believe they haven't done it. It's the big thing that this game has, the replays, and yet they haven't capitalized on that. Seriously? Get it done, man. Get it done.